All right, a quick disclaimer. This collection of Google Ads guides is content that I produced from 2018 to 2021. Some of it you can still apply. Some of it is slightly outdated due to interface changes in Google Ads and Google Analytics, and some of it is an archive of how Google Ads worked previously. The first several dozen videos will be released for free on YouTube. The rest you can get instant access to, including the scripts, keyword lists, and files using the link in the description. I'm working on sharing all of my knowledge with you on advanced Google Ads marketing after being in this game for over 12 years. So if you like this content, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Leonidas here, and let's begin. Welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to go over the pay-per-call affiliate marketing, how to find offers. So let's begin. So we're going to cover really quickly the OfferVault affiliate networks. OfferVault is the most well-known place to look for new pay-per-call offers on various affiliate networks. Then we're going to quickly cover the premium/private networks that don't list their offers on OfferVault. We're going to quickly cover social media as a way to find potential offers to promote. And then we're going to quickly go over testing IVRs, interactive voice responses, in order to find potential offers to promote. We're going to cover really quickly offer difficulty. So I've broken down the level of difficulty for promoting certain offers. And then I'm going to cover recommendations when evaluating the success of an offer and whether you should be promoting it. And then once again, we're going to do a quick review. So the first network that we're going to cover is actually an aggregator of networks and offers for pretty much the entire affiliate niche, the entire affiliate space. All you have to do is go to offervault.com/pay-per-call. So let's go ahead and go there right now. So once you get to OfferVault, you simply scroll down and we've already automatically selected pay-per-call offers if we follow the link that I provided. And OfferVault is once again an aggregator of different offers that various networks list on their site. Okay, so OfferVault makes a commission anytime you sign up. Some of them make a commission, some of them don't. But for the most part, this is an amazing way to not only find pay-per-call offers, but as well as to compare the payouts from different networks. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down, and first of all, we'll see the offer name, and under the offer name is typically where you'll see the different names, obviously, of what you're about to promote. And under some of the names, you'll see sponsored listing. So some of these networks, such as Aragon or LeadSmart, are actually paying to promote their offer among the top listings. Then you'll see the payout. So for example, if we typed in health insurance under pay-per-call, so once we get to the health insurance listings, we can see that there's 38 listings available for the networks that do list themselves on OfferVault. We can see the payout varies depending on the network. So some networks are direct. They do run directly to potential health insurance providers, and some of these networks simply rebroker the offers. So this one, for example, $42, it might just be reselling this $50 one, but at a $8 profit for themselves. And you can see the listings of the networks as well on the right side here. And finally, last updated is also a very good indicator of whether the network is actively promoting this offer as well. So for example, if it was last updated in May, does not necessarily mean that that network is still promoting this offer. So it's best to directly contact this network and ask them if they are still active, because sometimes these networks might forget that they're listing their offers, and for the most part, that offer might not be active at the same time. So let's go ahead and select two of these offers. We'll select this one, open and open. And through OfferVault, it's a very limited amount of information that they do provide. So the information that you see in the description is very limited compared to what might be available on the network itself. So here the description is very generic. We are seeking experienced affiliates that can connect consumers who want to receive a new health insurance policy quote for the geo, the geographic region, for 120 seconds. They'll pay out $50 per phone call. Now, this does not indicate the type of platform that this network uses. It does not indicate whether it uses Invoca or Ringba. So for the most part, you're ultimately going to have to join the network and to evaluate yourself once you do join the network. So the second network provides even less information. Hyper-target marketing, you can see, get your custom health insurance quote. So either they're not actively seeking affiliates or they put very little effort into their actual listing itself. So we'll go back to the listings page for health insurance and we'll try one more. Usually Market Call has very good descriptions in their sponsored listings on OfferVault. And here you can see something that is much more specific. So this is a listing from Market Call. This is one of their landing pages that they provide on their network. And you can see we're looking for callers interested in health insurance who are able to spend between $150 and $300. I presume this is on a monthly basis. And here's the call hours, the time zone. These are the geos associated with the US states. And you can see the weekly payments ability. So wire transfers, PayPal, Payoneer, ACH, eCheck. And ultimately, they're looking for experienced affiliates. So I had a friend who was just starting off with affiliate marketing and was not able to get on this network because they're looking for someone who's more experienced in running these offers. So once you click on Join Network, you'll ultimately be led through an affiliate link and it'll show that you came from OfferVault and you'll end up on their network and then you'll have to go through the application process. So once again, OfferVault is like the Google of pay-per-call offer searches. This is probably the go-to for most affiliates. It's going to be straight up the easiest way to find new offers. And this is exactly what I'd recommend if you're either starting off or you're already advanced or you've maybe never even heard of it. Most affiliate marketers have heard of it, but for the most part, there's so many offers to promote and on so many networks that there's always going to be opportunity to promote something new. So the next source of offers are the premium/private networks. And I label them as this because they simply do not list their offers on OfferVault. And for the most part, networks such as Commission Junction and PepperJam and another network such as Rakuten, they offer a lot of e-commerce based offers. And that's why they do not list their offers on OfferVault, because OfferVault is a predominantly cost per acquisition, so a CPA network aggregator. But if you go on Commission Junction, they also have a pay-per-call network, albeit a very small one. And PepperJam also has a small pay-per-call section as well. But these offers are particularly more premium and they do run with certain brands. And then you have networks such as ClickDealer as well, which do not list their offers on OfferVault. So for networks such as Commission Junction and PepperJam, their application process is much more rigorous. So it might be more difficult to get into these networks. And furthermore, they don't have as many pay-per-call offers as the other ones. But if you wanted to, you could certainly apply to these networks and check out their pay-per-call offers. But these are considered more advanced networks and potentially harder to convert as well. Now, the next section is social media. So there are at least 20 or more Facebook groups, including the PPC Basic Facebook group. And on some of these Facebook groups or pages, you'll see people advertising that they're looking for offers or that they're selling traffic or phone calls to certain offers. Now, keep in mind, most of these are simply resellers or brokers. So for example, what we saw for health insurance on OfferVault, that network was buying leads for $50. So some of these offers that you would see on Facebook are people simply reselling those offers. So they will apply to that network and they will get paid $50, but then they will pay you only $40, for example. And this is a legit strategy, but I recommend you keep a mindful eye and you first look at OfferVault to see how much these offers and phone calls are actually worth. Sometimes you will find very unique offers as well through the Facebook groups, such as auto parts for car parts, which is a much more difficult offer to convert as well as to find, or offers such as auto glass or very, very niche offers, but they have the potential to also convert either really well because there's a lot of traffic for it, or they're so niche that not a lot of people are running traffic to them. And keep in mind that a lot of black hat offers are being promoted on these Facebook groups as well, such as tech support, such as travel offers, where on the other line, it's typically call centers in South Asia trying to steal credit card information. So be very, very vigilant on who you apply with. I do not recommend running tech support, for example, and be very mindful of the travel offers that some of these Facebook groups would be promoting as well. Another one is to look at YouTube videos. All right, so if you type in pay per call into YouTube search, you'll find a lot of tutorials that offer help and training for pay per call. And sometimes you'll see various affiliates who are promoting certain offers and they actually reveal what they're promoting, and it's actually ideas for what you could promote as well. So for example, one pay per call video expert, he deals with SEO for lawn care, and this is a potential niche that you could also jump into if you want to do SEO. But for the most part, this reveals that there's a niche for lawn care as well. So look up tutorials for pay per call on YouTube and give them a try. And finally, there's at least 3 or 4 pay per call forums out there. And for example, with Ringba, they have a very good pay per call forum that you can see if anyone is promoting any particular offers on there as well, or that if anyone is promoting any offers that you've seen before, but perhaps at a higher payout. So always be mindful of social media as well when you want to find offers. The next one is listening to the interactive voice response systems of various offers. So for example, Ring Partner has a generic lawyer offer. When you actually call in or you listen to the call recordings, the call recording indicates that it redirects to the criminal lawyers, for divorce lawyers, immigration lawyers, unemployment lawyers, and even elderly abuse, which is a new subcategory within the lawyer niche. So when you actually listen to these offers, you'll get an idea of other things to promote as well. And then you could potentially contact the affiliate manager to segment, to completely isolate that particular call center or offer so you can run traffic directly to it, or you can find it on another network who are running it as well. So always listen to the IVRs because they have the potential for providing new offers to promote. So next up, we'll cover offer difficulty, and we'll start off with easy. So the offers that are easiest to promote are typically the national offers that either have a list of states available and or they simply cover the entire country. So for example, Dish TV covers the entire country. Some lawn care services cover the entire country. Some travel offers are able to cover the entire country because they simply deal with selling things over the phone. And if they offer 24/7 or very specific hours, then it's an amazing offer to promote as well because you have exact specific times that you can set up on Google Ads or Microsoft Ads that allow you to promote these offers. And typically a 30-second to 60-second conversion time is a great way to convert offers very easily. And if there is a single buyer in the funnel, so it's not spread out between 5 or 6 different buyers when someone calls the offer, it just goes directly to the same call center every single time. So there's not much optimization as far as the call center is concerned. And the IVR is very simple. Press 1 or 2 to be connected and the caller is connected. So next up, we'll cover the medium difficulty. And in medium difficulty, you typically have to work with a zip code as well. So on Google Ads, you can target with a zip code, but a lot of the times people either enter a false zip code because they simply want to hear what the call center has to offer. They're just window shopping, or the zip code that they enter is not associated with the list that is provided to you. Their home address or whatever is actually in a different zip code that is perhaps not within the zip code lists that are permitted. If we take another step up, they actually have to enter their zip code into the IVR system. So also, the longer the conversion time, the more difficult it is to convert a caller because sometimes there's a specific conversion script that the call center has to go through in order to evaluate whether the customer is appropriate for their business, and as well if there are more buyers in the call funnel. So now it's not just selling it to one lawn care provider, but now it's selling it to 2 or 3 different lawn care providers, and they all have their own verification processes as well. So this is when it starts to become more difficult. when I consider the offer as hard to convert, it's because we have multiple buyers in the offer. All right. So this is when you have the IVR simply connecting it directly to the businesses that are in a specific location. So for example, you're targeting 10,000 cities with your Google advertising, and the caller, once they type in their zip code, that caller gets directed to the specific business, whether it's in Los Angeles or whether it's in New York or whether it's in Dallas, for example. And now you have to deal with the businesses converting the offer on an individual basis. So this becomes more difficult to convert because sometimes the business does not pick up the phone. Sometimes the business does not have a good script to evaluate the customer. Sometimes the hours change for the business as well. So you're basically at the mercy of the 10,000 different businesses that your calls are going to. And sometimes you have to deal with the black box rebrokering of calls. So for example, you send your calls to the affiliate phone number, but then that affiliate phone number brokers it to 3 or 4 other call centers or 3 or 4 other affiliate networks, and then basically it gets lost in this big mesh of complex redirections that you have no control or understanding of where it's actually going. So another difficult one is when the zip codes are constantly changing. So for example, you send your phone calls to a specific list of zip codes, and then within the next 2-3 days, the zip codes end up changing, whether it's how much they end up paying out, or the zip codes completely get erased or reshuffled or turned off or turned on. And this becomes quite frustrating. So I had this experience with eLocal, for example, another network where they had the listing as $28 for a particular offer. But then when I got the call to convert, they only paid $4 because at that moment in time, the payout ended up changing as well. And finally, if it's a multi-step verification, so when you call in, they have to press 1 or 2 to be connected, and which is fine, but then they also have to enter their zip code, and then they also have to enter whether they make $10,000 or more, whether they had a recent car accident, whether they are represented by a lawyer. And the more questions that are put into the verification process, the more difficult it is to convert the caller. Now, this is fine for the business because they want to make sure that the leads are very, very good. But when it becomes a very difficult verification process, and especially if the offer doesn't pay out so much, then you have to be mindful of these kinds of verifications because they do make the offer difficult to convert. So the final offer difficulty is the one where you should be either avoiding or being very mindful of. For example, your affiliate network or manager doesn't care too much about the success of your offers. So for example, you can hear in the calls that either someone's not picking up or the call center is not dealing with the calls appropriately, or the zip codes are not correct that are being provided by the network, and the affiliate manager or the network simply responds with, okay, I'll get back to you, and they never do, or they provide with very aloof or ambiguous answers, or it just seems like they just don't care. You have to be mindful of these kind of networks and managers. Also, when they take a very long time to respond to questions or approve offers, this is also, indicative of how involved they are into the affiliate network itself. And finally, when the affiliate network simply rebrokers the offer continuously and they have no control over the funnel. So when the network is reselling it and reselling it and reselling it and reselling it through several different networks, and ultimately, when you ask them to change something in the funnel, especially in the IVR, let's say you want to change it from a robo IVR to like a more natural voice IVR, and the affiliate network cannot end up doing that because they have no control over it, then you also should be very mindful of that as well. So for example, after listening to some call recordings, I've heard calls being redirected at least 2 or 3 times where it would ring, it would click, it would ring again, it would click, and it would ring again. And you can tell that it's just being bounced around through different networks until something sticks. So at this point in time, the affiliate network has no control over the offer itself. And finally, some recommendations. I really recommend you record your calls and you listen to them. Okay, so I covered this very extensively in the points that I've already provided. Are the calls being dropped and not being picked up? So this has to deal with either call centers that are completely overburdened, there's not enough call center representatives, or the calls are being directed into specific businesses and the specific businesses are not picking up the phone, and then you're basically losing money because they're not picking up the phone and the call time is shorter than the call conversion time. Also, listen to how many transfers there are. So if there's like 2 or 3 transfers, then you can clearly tell that this offer is just being rebrokered like crazy. And first of all, you're not making as much money as you should be. And second of all, the affiliate network has no control over the offer. And third of all, does the offer match the description? So sometimes there's certain keywords that describe the offer in the description, but when you listen to the calls themselves, it can be something completely irrelevant altogether. So for example, with a generic lawyer's offer, you might be sending calls to the generic lawyer's offer, but then when you listen to the call center, it doesn't even include the types of lawyers that people are looking for. So for example, they might be looking for a bankruptcy lawyer, but the generic lawyer offer does not offer a bankruptcy lawyer option. And finally, always be testing. So call the offer or listen to the call recordings, but I really recommend when you first start off, call the offer. The offers that convert much better are the ones that have a natural interactive voice response system. So it's an actual person who's pre-recorded the IVR as opposed to a typical robotic voice. Always test new offers. So there's such a large abundance of pay-per-call offers that I really recommend you always test new offers continuously. At least every single week, test 2 or 3 new offers because you'll be surprised what does stick. And sometimes retest old offers with new strategies. So over the weeks, months, years, you're going to accumulate a huge abundance of intuition, of experience, and of search terms and keywords that you're going to be able to go back to those offers that perhaps didn't convert before, and you're going to be able to retest them with new strategies. And this is very important, especially with Google Ads always changing their interface. So they always add and remove different options in their ad copies as well. So you can also retest old offers with the new functionalities within Google Ads as well as Microsoft advertising. And once again, test, always be testing because that's how the affiliate marketing game goes. It really never ends. You cannot stop testing. You should always be listening to your phone calls, always be trying new offers, always be researching new offers, looking for new things to promote, because you'll be surprised when that one offer sticks and then you're making $1,000, $2,000 a day, very quickly before everyone else jumps on it. You're going to be quite happy with your results. So once again, we covered the intro, we covered Offer Vault. So Offer Vault is the aggregator where it's the #1 place to look for new pay-per-call offers. But then of course we have the premium and private networks that also have pay-per-call offers, but they're more hidden from Offer Vault. Then you also have social media. So check out various Facebook groups and pages, as well as YouTube tutorials, as well as forums. Test the IVR because you're going to be able to listen to the call recordings and you're going to be able to find new offers simply based on what the people are talking about, simply based on whether the offer is being redirected into different paths. And then we have the offer difficulty, whether it's an easy offer to promote, whether it's a medium or difficult offer to promote, or whether you're dealing with a network or an offer that is very finicky, very ambiguous, very difficult, and you should probably avoid. And then recommendations, once again, always listen to your calls and always be testing. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial for finding and evaluating offers, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Salut!